Hey everyone, welcome back to Pepcoding. So in this video, we are going to solve our next question, which is count of subarrays with equal number of zeros and ones. So what we are given in this question is we are given an array that contains only zeros and ones, and we have to find the count of subarrays with equal number of zeros and ones. So let's just analyze this question with an example. So let's suppose this is the given array. So what will be our approach to find that what are the subarrays? Like this is the subarray which contain equal number of zeros and one. This is the subarray, this subarray. Then we have this subarray, right? This subarray. So there are many subarrays. How we are able to count those, right? So let's just see what will be our approach. Okay. So our approach would be first and very foremost thing, we'll find the sum, right? How you can find the sum and what will be our benefit of finding it? Like if we find the sum from this till this, if the sum is equal to x, and from this point till this point, the sum is equal to x. So if the sum is same of both the subarrays, then of course the difference between the two, that is this one, will obviously contain equal number of zeros and ones because they will cancel each other, and of course they would have same sum, so that, right, this will contain equal number of zeros and ones. So how will this happen? So let's just suppose 0, consider 0 as -1 and consider 1 as +1. So if this subarray will contain equal number of zeros and ones, they will cancel each other and the sum will remain same, of course. So let's just do it. Okay. So let's just have the sum. The sum initially would be 0, and we'll write frequency also with this. 0 sum came for the first time, right? Let's just add it. For this 0, we'll add -1 as we are considering 0 as -1. So 0 minus 1 would be -1. -1 came for the first time. Next 0 came, we'll add -1 to -1. So -1 would be -2. -2 came for the first time. Then we have 1. Now -2 plus 1 would be -1. If -1 came for the second time, the frequency is 2 now. So now we would know that there is a subarray, right? There is only one subarray. We'll add it to the count. So count of subarray would be 1, right? Till now. Then 0 came and we'll add -1. -1 would be -2. So -2, which came for the second time. So we have a subarray which contains equal number of zeros and ones. So this is the subarray. We'll add one subarray more. Next one came, we'll add -2 plus 1 would be -1. -1 came for the third time. So we know that there are two subarrays. This is the first subarray and this is the second subarray, right? So we'll add count 2, right? So we got two subarrays. Now For 0, we'll add -1. -1 is -2. So we have -2 again, and frequency is 3 now, right? Frequency is 3. So now we know that there are two subarrays which contain equal number of zeros and ones. This is the first subarray. This is the second subarray. So we have two subarrays now, right? So we'll add 2 to our count, right? Next one came -2 plus 1 would be -1, came for the fourth time. So now we know that three subarrays are there which have equal number of zeros and ones. This is the first subarray. This is the second subarray. This is the third subarray. So we'll add the count 3. So let's add 3. Next one came, and now we have -1 plus 1, 0. 0 came for the second time. So we know that from this area till this area, this is the subarray which contain equal number of zeros and ones. So there are 4 zeros and 4 ones, right? So we'll add 1 because this was the one subarray. Next we have 0, we'll add -1 to 0. -1 came for the fifth time, so we'll know that subarrays are this one, 1, then we have 2, then we have 3, then we have 4. So there are 4 subarrays. We'll add count 4 plus 4. Next 0 came, and we have the frequency -1 would be -2, and the frequency would be 4. So now we know that there are 3 subarrays which contain equal number of zeros and ones. So we have this one, then we have this one, and we have this one. 3 subarrays. Add the count 3. 1 came, we'll add 1 to -2, which will be -1 now. -1 came for the 6th time, and we'll have 5 subarrays. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. We have 5 subarrays now. Let's just add 5 to our count. 1 came, and we have -1 plus 1, 0, which came for the third time. So there will be 2 subarrays, this one, and from here till here. These are the 2 subarrays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 zeros and 6 ones. And this was 2 zeros and 2 ones, right? Equal number of zeros and ones. Let's just add 2 now. 1 came, 0 plus 1 would be 1. 1 came for the first time. So of course, this won't get added to our count because this whole isn't a subarray which contains equal number of zeros and ones, right? Because till here there were equal number of zeros and ones. As soon as 1 came, there was no more 1 more 0. So of course this does not contain equal number of zeros and ones. So we return this count which was needed. Count of subarrays having equal number of zeros and ones. So we've discussed the approach. Let's just code it now. Okay, we are given the solution and we are given the vector v, right? So let's just start with a for loop. for int I equals to 0, I less than vector dot size I plus plus. Okay, what we'll do if vector of I is 0, then we'll put -1. Then v of I will be considered as -1, right? Okay. After this loop, we'll make an unordered map of integer versus integer type and give it a name as map. Next, we'll make a PS as 0 and we'll make answer variable. Next, map of 0 initially would be 1 and we'll start the loop again for int I equals to 0, I less than v dot vector dot size I plus plus. What we'll do, we'll update PS with v of I, right? And we'll see if we got the PS in our map dot find PS till the end. If we got it, then we'll increase the frequency, obviously, because map. Then increase the frequency and we'll update the answer by the map of PS, and then we'll increase the frequency of it. Then okay, next else what we will do, else the frequency would be 1 only, equal to 1, right? And after that we'll just return the answer. Let's just run this code and see if it's correct or not. Okay, so same as the expected output. Let's just submit this code and see if it's correct or not. All test cases passed. I hope I was clear with the concept of count of subarrays with equal number of zeros and ones. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.